4 families with one major goal: to save more money.
We need to stop buying stuff every weekend we come down here.
They represent us all.
It makes you a little uncomfortable knowing the position that you put yourself in.
And now we can learn from their successes.
It's still tough, but we still handle our business like we're supposed to.
And their failures.
Apparently what I've been doing has been hurting me.
Together, we can discover new ways to save for our future and reduce the debt of our past. Welcome to the VyStar Money Makeover, brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
Money. It can bring a smile to your face or draw tears down your cheek. The difference is having a plan.
Whether you're saving up for that big family vacation or dinner out with your friends or even retirement, you need a financial plan. So Action News is taking action and looking for solutions to help families survive these tough times. So we've teamed up with the VyStar Credit Union. It's holding the VyStar Money Makeover, a contest with an $8,000 grand prize for the family who can reduce the most debt and save the most money. 4 local families are putting themselves to the test, and we've been following their journey since May.
That's right. The McCarthys have 2 children. Sean and Jamie both have jobs, but have been living way beyond their means. Now, Sean is trying to make up for it by picking up a second job just to make ends meet. Eric Hayner can't say no. He has a good job, but can't seem to stop spending that extra cash every week. Well, now, for the first time, he's learning to create a fund just for those rainy days.
Tiffany Rose is single. She moved out of a 2-bedroom apartment to try to save a little money. But so far, she's really having a tough time sticking to her financial plan. Sam and Christine Stevens are a highly motivated couple. They've already figured out how to save money by consolidating their car insurance and their cell phones. They've even made some extra cash by getting rid of their old gold jewelry. And every bit of that money is going right into savings.
Everything must go.
Christine and Sam are packing up everything they don't need to sell it to someone who does.
Today we took a big step, went to the flea market, and we sold $162 after we paid for our booth.
The Stevens are off to a great start in their money makeover. Not only are they bringing in extra cash, they're saving. With the help of their VyStar coach, the Stevens have paid off 9 of their 10 credit cards and consolidated their debt, lowering their average interest rate from more than 16% to 3.9%. Did we mention this contest just started?
We've reduced our monthly payments by 24%.
24%. That's amazing progress.
I think the biggest challenge we had was the organization of all the expenses, what we have month to month. Christine did a great job budgeting it all together for me and coming up with the figures for everything that they need to do every month.
Christine and Sam rarely get a moment to themselves. Between Sam working 3 jobs 7 days a week and Christine's work schedule, every moment together is precious. Christine recently took a hard look at their monthly bills and discovered they were overinsured on their phones and cars.
Stuff that we just don't need anymore or whatever, we can put that money to something else more important.
A little trimming is saving them $50 a month on their car insurance and $21 a month on their cell phone bill.
My current provider was really great and said, hey, we want to keep you and we can match those prices and worked with us. So.
With a little help from a coworker, Christine created a spreadsheet so they can track every penny.
Like a check ledger electronically that would be able to show us what money we're saving towards car repairs and home improvements and home repairs when it's still sitting in the checking account.
The Stevens have even created a vacation fund. Every week they add a little more. So one day, hopefully in the very near future, this hard-working family can enjoy a much-needed getaway. Sam and Christine brought their little box of gold to Hemming Plaza Jewelers, hoping for some good news.
And it's going to tell us not only if it's gold or not, but what carat it is as well. All these are going to be 14 karat, everything right here.
When I was cleaning out through my jewelry stuff, I'd recognized some other pieces and I had set them aside. And I said, one day I'll take it back. And, you know, they keep talking about the gold prices are
$1,600 an ounce.
Yeah, so I said, let's go ahead. We can put it in our savings.
That old ring she never wore and a bunch of single earrings rang up some serious earnings.
Total of $231 for that little bit of gold.
$231 that they took across the street and deposited right into their VyStar savings account. Sam and Christine are feeling pretty good about their finances this month. All the effort they're putting in is bringing them closer to their goal of cutting spending and increasing savings.
Doing pretty good. I mean, I really can't complain. It's still tough, but we still handle our business like we're supposed to, you know.
The Stevens have been keeping a blog on actionnewsjax.com. Here's one of their latest posts. What this contest has taught us is that we have to communicate and both have a full understanding of what is happening financially. We have to trust that we both are keeping to our goals and our budgets. I'm the spender in our family and Sam is the saver. The Stevens have been motivated from day one. They've been terrific, and they're really trying hard to stick to their plan.
Yeah, the McCarthys are also looking for different ways to pinch a penny.
In our family, we have iPhones, and so we've been utilizing different, internet providers.
But that's just the beginning. See where they are finding the most savings just ahead.
You're watching the VyStar Money Makeover. Brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
I'm a VyStar member because they never forget that it's my money.
There are no fees. It's free checking.
Honest to goodness, free checking.
Yes, we get reward points on my credit cards and on my debit cards.
I have no annual fee on my credit card.
I truly am impressed and come back to VyStar because of the service.
I trust VyStar with our money.
They really live what they say. They never forget that it's my money.
When Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish and the First Alert Weather Team trigger a First Alert Weather Day, it means extreme weather is on the way. Log on to actionnewsjax.com for real-time updates on the storm. Get up-to-the-second watches and warnings with the Action News app for your iPhone, Android, or iPad. Get email alerts when severe weather threatens. The information you need, when you need it, no matter where you are. First Alert Weather Days from Jacksonville's most accurate meteorologist, only on Action News. You're watching the VyStar Money Makeover. Brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
Welcome back. You know, families all across Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia are looking for ways to save their hard-earned cash and get out of debt.
Yeah, the McCarthys are one of those families. They were constantly living beyond their means. They weren't saving. But now, thanks to their VyStar Money Makeover coach, they are learning all kinds of ways to get a better grip on their financial health. Sean and Jamie McCarthy are walking into the next phase of their lives feeling a bit more empowered. They're making plans to get their financial house in order following some bumpy times. Sean is 36 and a project manager for a general contractor. Jamie is 32 and a client rep for a payroll firm. They've been married 8 years and have 2 kids.
Well, the last time we met, we talked about ways that we could possibly move some of your credit card debt to...
Sean and Jamie were both laid off for several months about a year ago.
That's, I think, where we got ourselves into the most trouble is not learning how to adjust to the salary that we were making. I think we still live the same lifestyle that we were living beforehand.
They spend $1,000 on groceries every month and $300 to $500 eating out.
Now you're seeing the debt start to pile up, and I think that's what's hurt the most. And there's a certain stress level that goes along with that.
Some of that stress centers around credit cards.
I'm certainly guilty of, some of the credit card, debt that was incurred. So, and we use Sean's retirement, to pay that off.
But the couple's money coach is ready to help.
They've really gotten a habit of just spending money without really thinking about it. So now we're really just trying to put some focus on them thinking about spending money before they actually spend it.
The McCarthys did what a lot of families do every once in a while. They had a yard sale.
It's nice to actually have the garage cleaned out a little bit.
It brought in nearly $100. And what didn't sell, they gathered up and took to a local resale shop.
How long does the process take?
Well, we'll pay out right here from the counter.
Sean and Jamie say reinventing their financial picture hasn't been easy.
It makes you a little uncomfortable knowing the position that you put yourself in. It's nobody's fault but our own.
Right. you know, we have to think now and maybe take a different action before we receive reward.
Rewards come in many forms, like the payout from this little excursion.
I can give you a 35 for the items that we purchased today.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Every little bit helps.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That'll go right into the savings account.
Baby steps on the road to financial freedom. The McCarthys are always looking for ways to pinch a penny, so rewards programs are right up their alley.
CVS had an attractive rewards program where they give you bucks, and so we will come in, utilize any coupons from the ads and receive our bucks, and then we'll retain those bucks on our next purchase, so it's an ongoing cycle.
The McCarthys are slashing their way to better financial health. They've done away with satellite radio and are pocketing an extra $60 each month.
We began to, think we really need it because in our family we have iPhones, and so we've been utilizing different, internet providers.
And by making a call to their TV provider, their monthly bill has dropped $15 every month. It all means the McCarthys can now save a lot more.
Between 8 to 10% of our gross monthly income is what we're able to put now into savings.
The McCarthys are also keeping a blog on actionnewsjax.com. Here's one of their posts from back in June. Deciding when we want to retire and how much money we need when we get there is great, but overwhelming. If I could offer advice to anyone following the VyStar Money Makeover, it would be to start small. Decide how much money you want to save today or this week and do what you need to do to make it happen. That is some great advice, guys. Thanks. But they're not the only ones giving a little advice these days.
Yeah, the Hayner family has also been learning to make better choices. Eric Hayner is a single dad, and halfway through this makeover, he has saved more money than he has his entire life. It's not easy, but he's found a formula, and now he knows that if he sticks to it, he can accomplish his financial goals. When Eric Hayner gets off work, his first stop is usually his VyStar Credit Union. Eric is an industrial engineer at NAS Jax, and with a teenage daughter still living at home, he has a hard time keeping track of his cash. But a money makeover means just that. With the help of his VyStar coach, Tracy, this single dad is ready to map out a financial plan of action.
It isn't indebtedness so much as tracking one's spending. Where does that cash? It just slips right through the hands.
His biggest problem, he can't say no. But if Tracy has his way, that word is going to take on a whole new meaning.
Once we've identified where the money's going, we've already taken a look at the income and the expenses so we can create a budget and find out how to carve out some savings.
Eric Hayner is a single dad with a single mission in life: to start saving more and spending less. He and his daughter Erica love to hang out together, and what better place to hang out and have fun and not spend any money but the beach?
It's kind of one day a week we had to ourselves, yeah.
And the beach is always highly affordable, right?
The beach is free.
Eric had a little setback Memorial Day weekend, spending more than he'd set aside. He made up for it by saving on one of his biggest monthly expenses. Eric is a vitamin junkie, but with the help of his VyStar Money coach, he's reduced his $250 a month bill to just $50. That's a savings of more than 70%.
We need to stop buying stuff every weekend we come down here.
But it's
getting to be expensive.
And Dad is not being as much of a pushover, keeping his wallet where it belongs, in his pocket. And Erica is doing her part.
And you're helping your dad.
I'm a cook.
Yeah, she is. She cooks meals a couple times a week, and then we pack leftovers for the next day for lunch, and that helps out a lot.
Eric Hayner has done something he never thought possible.
You've never saved $1,000 before?
No, I can honestly say I've never saved $1,000 before.
Really? And you found that?
Yeah, he really has not.
It's been pure paycheck to paycheck since day one.
$1,000. That's great progress, and the money has come in handy. A job layoff left Eric's son and his family with nowhere to go, so Eric has taken them in.
Some family members moved back in with me, my son with his family. That's 3 more mouths to feed. Kind of dipped below the goal, but as of tomorrow, I'll be back at my goal.
Being able to help out his family has meant a lot to this single dad. He's been able to save more by spending less and taking fewer trips to the cash machine.
When I use the automated teller machine, I'll take out $200-300 at a time, and then next day it's like, so I'm going to reduce the amount I take out to 20 or 30 at a time, 20 or 40 at a time.
Erica is also cooking more for her dad, and the leftovers head to work with him the next day. Simple savings that really add up.
The Hainers are also reaching out to local families using their blog on actionnewsjax.com. In a post from earlier this month, Eric Hainer wrote, "We have been doing very well. We're making meals every night and always have leftovers. School is coming up and we are going to budget everything we spend." Good luck to them. Well, I know you can do it.
That's right. Tiffany Rose says she's also determined to create a better life for herself, and it's time for a big change.
Just seeing the money there and saying, okay, well, I have it to spend, so I'm going to spend it. What's the use of holding on to it? It's not doing me any good, so just spend it now, have fun with it.
She's falling into a trap many of us have found ourselves in. Spend, spend, and more spending. But it's not too late to make a change. See how her money coach is trying to turn things around. Next.
You're watching the VyStar Money Makeover. Brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
Nowhere else could we go to get the service and all that we have here at VyStar.
They make it easy and they're very helpful.
Because they realize that it's not only my money, but it's also my time.
Every time I come in, people say, how can I help you?
When they say they're going to call you back, they call you back.
I can always depend on seeing the same friendly face.
Every time that I've come in here, it's everything they can do for me.
And that's why I'm a member here. They never forget that it's my money.
When you depend on the weather, you can depend on Mike Burrish.
It's essential to getting ball games in that you're going to have to put the cover on with all the rain we get here in North Florida. People stay home when it rains. You have to get in here first thing, turn on the darn radar. We get in there, me and the groundskeeper Ed, to start looking it over. We can't figure it out. We grab the cell phone, call Mike, and get the rundown from Mike.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish, Jacksonville's most accurate meteorologist for the past 5 years. Only on Action News. You're watching the VyStar Money Makeover. Brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
Hi, I'm Terry West, the President and CEO of VyStar Credit Union, headquartered here in Jacksonville, Florida. In 2009, we began a program called Money Makeover. Our intent with that program was to provide real-life examples teaching people how to reduce debt, save money, and frankly, improve their overall financial well-being. One of the things we've learned, and we're now in our third year, that these real-life examples truly show people, if you think you couldn't do this, yes, you can. We've had some great examples through the years of families who learn how to reduce their debt, really focus on how to budget, and really change their whole lives because they realized it's all about how you manage your money, not how others manage your money for you. One of the things I would encourage all of us to do is think about getting your own money makeover. You don't have to be a member of VyStar to do it. You can come to any of our branches, call our call center, and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to your own money makeover. So please consider it, and thank you.
Welcome back. You know, it's no secret that turning your finances around is a tough job.
Sure is. You have to take a hard look at your spending habits and make some tough choices about what to cut. Well, Tiffany Rose has an advantage. She's young and time is on her side, but she has to act fast. Tiffany Rose is bound and determined to arm herself with the best information and strategies to dig herself out of the tremendous financial hole she's in. Tiffany is 35. She's a renter and is an HR assistant with the Naval Station Mayport Personnel Service Detachment. Her motto up until now has been a simple one.
Just being careless, just seeing the money there and saying, okay, well, I have it to spend, so I'm going to spend it. What's the use of holding on to it?
Tiffany's money coach says she has a lot of work to do to break the years and years of bad habits.
It's retail therapy. It's just like smoking cigarettes or being, on drugs or anything else. It's a habit that she's been doing her whole life.
So from here on out, her game plan boils down to this.
If it's not within the budget, then it's not a necessity.
Tiffany Rose shopped around for airfare recently for a trip and found that by flying out of Orlando instead of Jax, she could save hundreds.
So I was able to save roughly around $250 on a plane ticket going back to my hometown to visit my family.
That's the good Tiffany. But the not so good Tiffany is still struggling. And she shared her budget battle with me during a recent visit to the Action News studios.
I don't get paid on a set date, I get paid on a certain day. Okay. So that means like every other Friday versus the 1st and 15th of every month. Okay. So it's managing all of that to get the bills paid on time to avoid late fees.
One of Tiffany's biggest challenges is grocery shopping. She says she often goes without a list. And we all know what can happen when you do that.
I am trying very hard. Very hard. Mean? That means that I have to develop some discipline because there are still some areas. Still have to limit those times I go to the grocery store.
There's no sugarcoating things. Tiffany Rose is struggling to get on board with the Money Makeover program.
Apparently what I've been doing has been hurting me. So I had a really reality check earlier, and I said, okay, it's time to make some sacrifices.
Tiffany's single. She has a good job and makes decent money. But the whole learning how to save more and spend less and operate on a budget part hasn't been registering with her.
Walmart's right down the street. Right down the street. And you know sometimes you can't sleep 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, let's just go to Walmart and walk around. Bad thing to do.
To fix her problem, she's going to try something new. She's turning to a prepaid credit card.
So once that card is done, it's finished, that's it. That's all. Then that's how I can control it because I know myself.
But there's something else, and it's huge. Tiffany and her money coach both agree she uses her credit cards way too much. So, to right her ship before it sinks.
This is very, very hard for me to do.
Okay.
But in order for me to benefit from this program, it has to be done. So these are for you. My credit cards. Done.
I am so proud of you.
Yes. And we're going prepaid.
All right.
Tiffany says her goal is to own her very own home in 5 years. Well, the VyStar Money Makeover is just 3 years young, and a lot can happen in that time. Just ask Catherine and Josh Dunn.
The get-her-dones, as Mark liked to call them. They were our first VyStar Money Makeover winners, and everyone wants to know, how are they doing now? Well, we're going to catch up with them straight ahead.
You're watching the VyStar Money Makeover. Brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
I have never considered going anywhere else because they've taken care of all my needs here.
They treat me excellent, outstanding.
Because the interest rate's a lot lower on my credit card.
Checking at VyStar is actually free. There are no catches.
Oh yes, convenient locations and ATMs.
It is very easy to do business at VyStar.
VyStar's mortgage rates are very good.
They treat you like family.
We put our trust here. They never forget it's always my money.
What your neighbors are saying about First Alert Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
You have the knowledge and the power to forecast like no other. You're very special and should be very proud.
Thank you for continuing to be the most reliable and honest meteorologist in any market I have lived in.
I honestly respect you and the job you do for all of us. You are the best in your field.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish, Jacksonville's most accurate meteorologist for the past 5 years. Only on Action News. You're watching the VyStar Money Makeover. Brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.
This year's VyStar Money Makeover contestants have come a long way in just 3 short months. Since May, we're told our 4 families have improved their combined financial situation by $12,000. Now, that's a combination of debt reduction and increases in savings. It'll be interesting to see which family can pull away from the pack in the next 2 months. $12,000, a great start for sure.
Well, we have one family with us who knows all too well what sacrifices it takes to win the VyStar Money Makeover. Catherine and Joshua Dunn won back in 2009, and you guys are joining us now. Thank you so much for being here. You've been able to stick to your financial plan?
Yeah, for the most part.
It's been 3 years. So.
It has been, and we've actually, it did change a lot, so we've kind of stuck to those budgets and limits that we set before. We've increased some things, and try to do the best we can.
Now, one of the big things that you've done since you've won is you took some of those winnings and you bought a new house, especially because of your addition, Jace, who is all grown up and almost 2.
No, it's so amazing to see him so big with that curly hair.
How is the new house playing into the whole overall scheme of budgeting and that?
You know, it's about the same.
The money you won really helped.
Oh yes, the money we
won.
It did help a lot, and then also just the knowledge and the experience, and we know how to save now. We know where we can cut back and
how to budget, basically.
And Josh, I know you were working at getting a degree so that you could do some extra work and obviously boost your income. How's that going?
I finished in fall and took a little break for a little while with hanging out with the family a lot more, and with our new house, doing everything that needs to be done to keep it up. It's kind of been a struggle, but so
Struggles
far so good.
that everyone is having too.
Yeah.
And one of your big things too, I remember you ate out a lot. That was one of your, like, the toughest thing you had when you entered this contest.
Makes that much easier not to do.
Yeah.
But no, I cook a whole lot now, and
it's just not part of the plan anymore.
It's not anything that we do anymore. Yeah. It used to be such a habit to just go out and, you know, get something that was just so easy. Now it just seems like a lot more work.
Do you have any other advice for people out there who may be experiencing some rough patches right now and trying to figure out what should I do maybe to get my finances in order? Anything that you can offer up from a personal experience to help others?
The 2 accounts is what I think did the most.
Yeah, definitely. With the fun account, which Angie helped us out on, and also a bill account. So
the fun account and the bill account.
Correct.
Okay.
You have one account for strictly bills, and then you have one for just fun money. And that was the thing that really helped us out. We still do that to this day.
You do?
Yes.
Yep. And Angie is your VyStar Money Makeover coach at the time.
Yes.
And what's great is anyone can have access to one of these coaches. It doesn't cost you anything.
And I'm telling you, weekly basis, I tell someone to go up there because I really do believe in it. They really did help.
That's great. We're so happy to see you too, and so happy to see how big we're getting.
Jace.
And congratulations with the house as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping in.
No problem.
All right, great.
Well, creating a financial plan and sticking to it, they're both hard work, but what a huge payoff. And when you know you can handle that unexpected car repair that comes up or the dentist visit, it really means a lot for your peace of mind.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it just feels good to know you're prepared. We want to thank all of this year's VyStar Money Makeover families and their coaches for sharing with us. We will be following them through October when VyStar will hand out that $8,000 grand prize. We wish all the families the very best of luck. For me and Paige, have a great night.
Thanks for watching the VyStar Money Makeover, brought to you by VyStar Credit Union and Action News.